Welcome back to the channel. I already did my quarterback rankings, so now it's time to do my running back rankings. Let's dive right into it. Running back tier list. Starting off with tier one. Tier one, boom. Saquon, Derrick Henry, CMC. Now, I almost put Saquon on his own tier. I mean, I don't really need to explain it. Saquon is the full package. He is super talented. He can do it all. The only reason why I decided not to is that I don't have a good reason. I just feel like I can't underrate what Derrick Henry did this year and what CMC did last year. And I just don't want to undervalue that. So I played it conservative, even though I wanted to give him his own tier. But Derrick Henry's still a freaking demon. So, of course, he's going to be on this tier. And CMC is coming back from injury. Yes, he didn't look like himself, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So these are the three best running backs in football. I personally definitely have Saquon 1, but some people still have CMC 1, and some people have Derrick Henry 1. So, but, okay. Tier 1. I think that was pretty easy. All right, let's move on to tier 2. Boom. Bijan, Gibbs, and JT. It's been a while. It took me a while for me to finally accept Gibbs is a demon, because he is. He has the best home run speed out of any running back in the NFL right now. Home run hitter, super fast, super agile, a just dangerous weapon, right? So he is definitely one of the better running backs, and we saw officially the potential ceiling that we could receive the moment David Montgomery went down. David Montgomery's still amazing. I actually don't think David Montgomery's on this tier list. I didn't make this tier list. So if David Montgomery was on this tier list, he definitely would be on a pretty high tier. But yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs is a demon. Bijan Robinson is also the full package. Can run in between the tackles, can run outside, is an amazing receiving threat. He showed it out this year. And yeah, he splits carries last year, but that's not a problem. He's still a demon. And JT, I think we gotta respect. JT didn't have the greatest year, but we've seen a lot of amazing years out of JT. I just wanted to make sure he's respected. He's still a very, very, he's great all around. There's nothing I go at JT and go yeah, you're elite. Like some traits that I feel like Saquon or King Henry or CMC have, but he's just great all around. He is that running back that will produce for you when you need it the most. That offense is just kind of off with AR playing as bad as he did. Let's move on. All right, so this is my biggest tier by far. Tier 3 is so many interchangeable running backs. And you should know if you've been watching my videos that all these running backs are pretty much interchangeable. That's why they're in the same tier. So I have James Cook, Josh Jacobs, Joe Mixon, James Conner, Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams, Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara, Devon Achane, Chuba Hubbard, Breece Hall, and Nick Chubb. Now, I'm going to start off with Nick Chubb. I low-key just didn't want to put him on the list. This is purely a respect thing because he did not play good at all. Like, Jerome Ford had to play over him. But another year off the injury, I'm going to expect Nick Chubb at the very least become 75% of what he was. Because what he was a tier 1 running back. So this is a respect thing for Chubb. Breece Hall, there was a lot of turmoil on that team. I think Breece Hall is way better than what we've seen. My thing is Breece Hall has all the explosiveness. He is amazing in terms of making a play out of nothing. He's arguably the best receiving threat with him and CMC and probably Bijan, Saquon, and Jahmyr Gibbs. But this year wasn't a good year. So he had to drop quite a bit, but I still expect him. I still think he has all the tools. Of course, James Cook had an amazing year. Josh Jacobs also had a really good year. A lot of these guys had a really good year and showcased their really good running backs. Very good year from Chuba Hubbard, showcasing that he is a capable back. If he had more of a sample size, I would consider putting Chuba Hubbard potentially in a tier 2 by next year. If he did what he did this year and does it next year, tier might be a tier 2 level running back. And this is kind of my order too. I think my top 10 is pretty much everything in order here. Saquon's 1, King is 2, CMC's 3, Bijan's 4, Jahmyr Gibbs 5, JT 6, James Cook is the 7th best running back in my opinion, Josh Jacobs 8, 9 is Joe Mixon, and James Conner will get the 10th spot. But I will say the dangerous ones here, Chuba Hubbard could make a lot of noise next year, and Bucky Irving can make a lot of noise next year. We'll hope to see Breece Hall kind of figure it out. But pretty good so far. All right, let's go to tier 4. These running backs got to prove it to me a little bit more. Chase Brown had a really very good second half of the season. There's a reason why they brought in Khalil Herbert. I don't think he was starting at first. No, he definitely wasn't. It was Zach Moss. So they were unsure. Chase Brown's a really good receiving back. He is a good playmaker. We got to see a little bit more consistency in between the tackles for a full season, but there is some juice there. I do think Chase Brown has showcased that he can replace Joe Mixon's production on the Bengals. So for now, I need more of a sample size, but he's tier 4. Tony Pollard, solid back, nothing crazy. He is a starting caliber running back. Tier 4. Tyron Tracy had some good moments. He had an up and down rookie season. I still think he was the second best rookie running back in this draft. He had some fumbling issues around the end of the year, but he has a lot of really good tools, I would say, from Tyron Tracy. I think he needs to clean up the fumbles, and of course, the offense the backfield will officially be his by next year. I think he's a good player. I think he has a lot of good talent. Then we got J.K. Dobbins, had injury issues, but he definitely put some life in that Chargers running game. And then DeAndre Swift. I'm not too high on DeAndre Swift, but I think he's a solid starting level running back too. All right, almost done. Now we got tier 5 running backs. Man, Brian Robinson was so hard for me to rank. I thought Brian Robinson was better than he showcased. I thought he was good, but there was moments he was bad, or at the very least mid, and it makes you think that maybe he's not going to be that star that people expect him to be, being this 6'3", big dude. He's a good back, but I don't think he can carry you 4 downs. He needs to split carries with someone like an Austin Eckler. He can get limited. He had some fumble issues, but he is a big dude. He can make people miss. He can keep himself upright. He has really good contact balance. But yeah, he's just not a complete running back. So he's tier 5. Rico Dottle, very small sample size. I need to see more. He had a really good last couple of games, but that's not enough for me to consider you any higher. Travis Etienne, I don't think is that good. I think Tank Bigsby eventually needs to, unless that's Tank. I actually have no idea. I saw the jersey and I thought Travis. If that's Travis or Tank, regardless, they're tier 5. It doesn't really matter. They're tier 5 regardless. Same with the Steelers running back. Najee Harris, I didn't think was good coming into the season. He proved he wasn't good in the season. He's a tier 5 running back. Jalen Warren's also tier 5. All right, I think the last tier. Tier 6. Kareem Hunt, Ramondre Stevenson, Javonte Williams. I don't really got to say much there. Kareem Hunt had a solid season, but let's be honest, he's not that good. He doesn't really have that much speed. He goes behind the tackles and, runs strong, but that's not going to do it all the time, as you can tell in the Super Bowl. But with that said, this is my tier list. Let me know if you disagree in the comment section. But I personally think it's pretty good. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed. You have a good one. Take care. Peace.